Hello and welcome back to Norland, and we're currently a little bit further along in the timeline than we were before, because I decided, hey, you know what, it's probably going to be a good idea for me to let the time just run a bit, because we were not exactly stagnating, but we needed to make sure that things were actually happening, or I needed to make sure that things were actually happening. So basically, let me just catch you up real fast. We have two freelance lords. As you can see right here, we got Isetna. She is indeed part of our own culture, which is fantastic. And then we also got Korneb here. He is unfortunately not a part of our culture, but hopefully that's not going to make too many issues. Now, Isetna is absolutely fantastic when it comes to management, so I've actually made her do quite a lot. As you can see, she's going to all these rye fields, and you may be thinking, oh, why do you have so many rye fields? Well, the reason why is because the rutabaga event just came up, telling me that rutabaga, if people start eating it nowadays, they are going to have a chance to contract the disease. I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically a rutabaga disease, and if they eat it, they have a chance to get it, and that's obviously pretty bad. So once we start having a bunch of flour, because obviously at the moment I don't currently have any flour, but we are producing it, and let me actually just see here. I think I should probably make more flour than this. I think we should probably make, let's probably make, I don't know, 250 flour or something like that, because we are going to need it pretty dramatically. And of course, bear in mind, we still have our trade agreements here. So I still have a rutabaga field over here, and obviously it is not yet built because my peasants are taking quite a while to do that. Korneb, on the other hand, is actually a really good teacher. As you can see, he has 11 in teaching, 10 in intelligence, and so basically what I'm actually doing with him is just training our children. And speaking of our children, well, you don't have to worry about them too much anymore. Well, Fried at least, he has aged up, and he is now 12 years old, which makes him a teenager, which is fantastic. That means that he has an insane amount of time on his hands, according to some people in the comments, and I very much appreciate you letting me know about that. And hopefully we are going to have a pig farm relatively soon, because pig farms, it's gonna make a huge amount of difference to our food supplies. Now, the one thing that we have to also realize here is that I was actually attempting to you may have seen the training ground go back to 0%. There's a reason why it's on 0% now, and it's nothing to do with anything that happened, you know, in the game. There was no real issue with it, but the main problem I had was the fact that I was starting to see an increase in criminal activity. And because of the criminal activity, I thought to myself, okay, you know what? I'm going to have to get a scaffold. I'm going to have to get a scaffold as soon as I can. And so I rededicated Boiled to researching the scaffold rather than researching the training ground. Because beforehand we had the braised rutabaga being learned, and this is the thing that actually prevents death from rutabaga typhoid. It, however, does not prevent the disease itself. So obviously this prevents death, which is good, and if you want to, you know, just go with rutabaga over and over again, then obviously you can do that. But yeah, I decided to just take a little bit of a different tact here, and we are now just making huge amounts of rye and huge amounts of flour as a result of it. So hopefully that's going to work. Slander is coming in now. Slander has its costs and requires good relations with the victim, but sometimes it's the only way to destroy a strong neighboring state without resorting to force. By deteriorating relations between your neighbors, you can lower them actually below -25, which will mean enmity. If this is a relationship between independent kings, this means the beginning of military actions. If this is a relationship of a vassal to a suzerain, then the vassal will revolt. If this is a relationship between a member of the alliance and its leader, then the member will leave the alliance. Slander is available in the politics section of the cities menu on the world map. Very interesting, very interesting. Yeah, also the game did come up with a pretty cool message, and it basically told me that lords can comfortably handle around 10 tasks each. So if they are assigned to 10 things, they can comfortably handle those. As you can see, however, I am actually making it so that Mashed has basically nothing to do now. I just want him to be researching. It's actually quite funny. I have been watching him. Okay, I've been watching him maybe in a creepy sense, maybe not in a creepy sense. It very much depends. But I've been watching him, and basically every single time a new day starts, he doesn't really do anything. He doesn't really go and do anything at all, even when he's not assigned to pretty much anything at all. He goes to do one of the management things, and then he goes over to the library. He interacts with a bunch of people, obviously. But then he goes to the library at the very end of the day. And you know what happens? He goes in, and then he leaves immediately. And that's the reason why the training ground was on 0%. It's been on that for the last 3 in-game days, if you can believe it. And as you can see, we're now getting some more tribute. The village chief of Meadowvale has brought tribute. He'll deliver it to your warehouse. So that's obviously going to be great. Wonderful. All right. So next time we get a trader, I'm probably going to try and maybe sell some flour or something like that. And also what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that rutabaga is no longer going to be sold to our people. Once we have that available, I'm just going to give... Setna this, and I think Boiled could probably do this one down here, because we need to kind of keep them all in the same position. We want lords not having to run super far distances. As you can also tell, I have expanded our road network as well. This is making a pretty big difference to our effectiveness or our efficiency, hopefully a little bit here. I mean, you could see here that Boiled, unfortunately, as you could tell just then, she's traveling in a diagonal line, and that's really making things kind of annoying, isn't it? So let's just see if I can maybe do something about that. It's a little bit frustrating, actually, that you can't really build diagonally. There's no real way to do that super, should we say, super accurately or precisely. And so it makes it a little bit annoying, because the roads do look, well, suffice it to say, they don't look particularly good looking, do they? No, they look a little bit rough. So unfortunate about that, but that's okay. That's okay. As long as our forces are mostly moving around relatively quickly, that's all that really matters. And as you can see, the priest is having a wonderful time in bed over there. Yeah, let's not spy on them. That's hilarious. Oh yeah, there was actually a little bit of infidelity as well. Don't worry, nothing really bad happened. But there was some infidelity with Mashed. He actually, he and Boiled actually had affairs. They both had affairs, which is quite funny. Not sure why that even happened, to be honest, because only one of them actually had any kind of sexual desire. So that's a bit weird, not entirely sure. And then the day after, they went on a date, and then they too went to bed together, which I thought was very funny, because it's like, well, okay, why did you do that? Why don't you just, get together before that? I don't know. It's a bit weird, right? As you can see, they're now doing it together. Yep, that's absolutely fantastic. There you go. And yeah. Oh, we've got forest bandits in our lands. Okay, we're gonna have to do something about that, aren't we? All right. So after Mashed is done, we're gonna do a little something here. We're gonna do a little something. So the Holy Caravan has arrived in our city as well. I'm probably going to wait until that happens, and then I'm probably going to deal with the bandits. Ah, there they are. They've got 6. They've got 6. And how are they? They've got some people here that are actually... are these guys actually any good? I can't even really tell. I mean, it says the number of how many they actually have. It says... they've got 3 to 5 combat skill, I guess. 3 to 5 combat skill. So that actually automatically makes them much more difficult for us to fight than what we have available, unfortunately. However, here's the cool thing. There's also another thing that has happened in the game, and there are bride proposals. Or shall we say there are people, as you can see right here, traditionally the bride price offered depends on the strength of her noble house. In your case, it amounts to 428. So Marenra has reached the age of marriage. Marenra is indeed A son? Yeah, a son. Sounds like a feminine name, but okay. Apparently not. Apparently not. I was actually kind of hoping it would be a female member of the family there, because then we would probably be able to maybe bring another one of them over to us, and I think that would be pretty cool. So yeah, as you can see here, we also have unfortunately not a very good relation with Isetna. I would like to try and give her a title. Maybe it would be a good idea to I don't know, I think I should probably just do the flesh wolf hunting or something like that. But yeah, we're going to need to deal with these bandits. Let me just see, where's the trader? There's the trader. Okay, let's go and trade. Isetna is absolutely fantastic at trading, by the way, so she's going to go ahead and do that too. She has 11 skill in it, and we're just going to get these holy rings, of course. I've been spending a couple of holy rings to recruit these lords, so obviously that's the reason why we're a little bit lower on them than we were beforehand. And I'm also wondering, what else do we want to get? Okay, so how is my flour gone already? Is it just not being made that fast? I guess it's just not being made that fast. Okay, well, whatever the case, let me see. What do I actually want here? Because a mill upgrade, the mill upgrade is probably going to be really important for us. I think that's probably pretty good. Military logistics is probably going to be really good, but I don't want to spend too much money here. That's the thing. I don't want to spend too much money. Okay, so this guy's got 5 combat skill, and the rest all have basically nothing, so I don't really need to worry about that too much. Speeds up the construction of all buildings. This book is written in Tanaya, so basically Korneb is the only one that can read that. And he's a temporary lord. However, what we could technically do is we could get him to read it, and then he could have a wise conversation with one of our people, maybe with Fried or something like that, and that would be the way to spread the knowledge, I guess. But yeah, anyway, let's just actually see what's going on here. I could sell some iron. I think that's probably going to be a decent idea. I can't really sell anything else. I guess we could sell some wood. Yeah, there is not much that I can sell here, actually. I'm just going to buy this as well. There we go. It's 500 gold. I know it's quite expensive, but I think this is pretty useful, actually. I think this is pretty useful. Now, let's actually just see here. I'm gonna do a little bit of something, so let's have a look. I want to get... there's the brewery upgrade. I don't have that, unfortunately. Where's the mill upgrade? There's the mill upgrade. So we're going to have Korneb learn this, because he's basically not doing anything except teaching Neva. That's all he's been doing this entire time. And hopefully, you know, him studying the mill is going to go really, really fast, because he is quite an intelligent individual. So it's probably going to make a big difference to us, or hopefully make a big difference to us. Otherwise, what we're going to do is we're going to wait until the next day, and then we are going to launch an attack against the bandit camp. And the training camp, or training ground, shall we say, is almost done. 80% on that. And as you can see, look at how fast Korneb is. He is so insanely fast when it comes to learning things. He's already at 20%. It's pretty crazy. So that just goes to show, as soon as you have some lords that are actually capable of handling the management and are not mashed, because apparently mashed is really... I don't know what's going on with him, or I don't know what has been going on with him, but he's really slow. I actually don't know what's going on, because when I've given him management tasks, he actually just ends up not doing half of them, which is really, really weird. I don't know why that is, but it does tend to be a bit frustrating, because I give him management, and then he's like, nope, I'm not going to do half of these. And then I'm like, what, why? Why are you doing that, sir? You know, why are you doing that? That's kind of weird, isn't it? Anyway, finances are going to be changing a little bit here as well. What I'm actually going to do is we are going to increase the wages. I'm not sure if that's a good idea, but we're going to just increase the wages a little bit here. And we're just going, well, 416 per day. That's quite a lot, isn't it? Do you think I can even do that? Maybe that's not even a good idea. It's just that I don't really want to give away flour for such a cheap price. I guess it just has to be. I guess it just has to be, because otherwise we're going to have to spend 400 gold every single day, and that is going to be exceptionally expensive. So we're just going to have to do this. Rutabaga, we're not going to be selling this anymore, by the way. So I'm going to put this in, where's the marketplace? There's the marketplace. So we're going to say now, do not sell rutabaga, as you can see right there. So we're not going to be selling that anymore. And that means that I don't really need to do anything here. However, what I am going to do is I'm just going to increase the price of this and just going to remove the amount, because they have enough flour, or they should have enough flour relatively soon to be able to afford all of that. And we also have some beer here as well. I guess I will just lower the price of beer a little bit here too. And we'll see what happens. Hopefully this is going to work. Average wealth is not very good. Basically, we need these apparently, according to someone, we need these arrows to be green. I'm not entirely sure how to make that happen, but I mean, basically, I have to pay them more, don't I? I have to pay them more, but I don't think I can really do that at the moment. I'm not sure. All right, well, whatever the case, it is now about to tick over to the next day. And I'm thinking about if I can find another trade partner. Doesn't seem like I can actually do that, which is a bit sad. Okay, well, never mind. Mashed is up and about, so let's get his army up and running. Let's get him and all of our warriors. We actually do have a loyalist as well, by the way. This is our loyalist here. And he's going to be pretty good, I guess. And we're just going to get a bunch of archers. And that's all we're going to do. We're just going to go with that. And they're going to retrieve their things from storage, and then we're going to be making our way over. There we go, they're ready, and we're just going to attack straight away. There we go, 58% chance. Wow, I'm always shocked by that. I guess I shouldn't be so shocked, because let's face it, we actually have very low combat skills because we don't have a training ground. If I had a training ground, this would be going so much easier. Wait a minute, is that... Wait a minute. Is this our ally right here? This is not our ally. This is super weird. Oh. Never mind. Okay, apparently she took care of that. Okay, that's actually hilarious. Alright. Well, yeah, there you go. My army didn't even need to go anywhere. That is hilarious. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you can see here the combat skill of this. The average combat skill is 4, which is actually pretty amazing. As you may be aware, the term of our trade contract has expired. It has been quite advantageous. Okay, so he's obviously deciding to terminate the agreement now. Let me actually just see real fast. Is this actually even possible for me to get another one with these guys? Ah, no. Oh, I see. Oh, that's interesting. That is very interesting. Okay, so that means... Right, that means that basically people want paper now. People want paper. So we need to get a... I don't even know what to get, actually. But we need to get paper. And that's the reason why having a rutabaga producing village is obviously not really going to be that impactful until all your trades are done. At least in the very beginning of the game. Because as you can see, the AI is indeed doing... you know, the same thing that you're doing, which is indeed to upgrade themselves. They're upgrading themselves. They're wanting to get exactly what they want to get, which is indeed paper at this point in the game. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, so let me actually just see a real quick second here. What I actually want to do is I want to produce more moonshine. This is also... wait a minute. I don't even know whether I even have enough to be able to do this. Do I even have enough rutabaga farms to be able to make more moonshine? I'll do 70, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Iron reserves in mines are not infinite. Each level of mine improvement gives you access to a limited supply of iron, and the cost increases from level to level as miners have to dig deeper into the earth. Okay, so this is actually really interesting because that means... that means you can only get a significant amount from it, and then that's it. That's all that's going to happen. You're done. You're done after that point. And that actually makes a big difference. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually just going to upgrade this. I have no idea. Okay, no. As you can see here, look at this. Iron Mind, 50 out of 200. I didn't even need to upgrade it. Actually, I don't even need to upgrade it, so I'm not going to do that right now. But once it gets a little bit closer to getting maxed out, then that's when we'll upgrade it. Anyway, yeah, hopefully we're all going to be fine here. I mean, it's a funny thing. I don't even have a temple right now. I'm not entirely sure. Is that actually bad or is that actually good? I don't know, actually, but there we go. We've got the training ground. Finally, we've got the training ground. So let's get that. And let's see here. Okay, improving their combat skill. Okay, here we go. So let me see. This is 20 iron. Can I not rotate all this stuff? I don't think I can, actually. Maybe there is a way, but I don't know. Maybe this is okay to place it round about here anyway. And we've also got the trader coming in here, which is actually pretty useful. I do need to... Oh, yeah, that's actually something that we need to do as well. Oh, dear. Oh, yeah. All right, so it is getting a little bit careful here, because here's the thing. We're going to have to get the rings, obviously, and we're going to need to have actually a pretty good amount of rutabaga, so we don't even need more than that. But it might be a good idea to get some rye, not some rye, some hops, so that I can actually get beer. And so I'm going to buy a little bit of this. It's quite expensive, isn't it? Maybe I shouldn't do that. I don't know, but we have a lot of rye, so I could potentially sell a lot of this. Maybe, you know what? Should I go even harder on this? Yeah, let's go even harder on this. Why not? Let's actually... let's go for like this, I guess. Let's go for like this. This is pretty insane, actually. Wait a minute. The wood is also kind of crazy. Okay, wait a minute. We might be able to make something really amazing happen here. We're going to get a lot of money. We don't even need that much wood. I mean, we need quite a lot of wood, of course, still. Wait, he doesn't have enough money? Oh, you absolute imbecile. Okay, he doesn't have enough money. All right, well, that's absolutely fine. There we go. Do I need to buy anything else, by the way? I don't know. Maybe we do. Maybe we need the herbalist. The longevity, bow proficiency, persuasion. What is this? Economical construction. Reduces the consumption of wood when constructing and upgrading buildings. It's written in Tanea, though. That's the problem. Alright, yeah, we're not going to be doing anything there. I could potentially get some of these prisoners, but we're probably not going to do that either. Okay, yeah, well, we're just going to leave that. Okay, wait. There's actually someone that needs to learn something, right? So let's see. Can we actually do something cool? That's the question. Can we? Let me see here. We got the training ground done, the rye field and the mill. Now we've got all of that stuff. Okay, we're learning the scaffold, the mill. The peasant's house is probably going to be a pretty useful idea. I think the workshop is probably going to be the next best thing. So we're probably going to do that. The chancellery is going to be extremely useful as well. The chancellery would be very, very good for us, I think. Is that the thing that actually creates paper? Let me see. No, this actually provides more management. So how do we actually create paper? That's the question. I actually don't know how to do that yet. I'm going to assume that there is a way to do it. And we currently don't have the ability. To do it. So we're going to have to see what happens. We've got a trade agreement still with the rutabaga people. So that's obviously wonderful. We're still getting some little bit of extra cash here and there. We are actually not doing too badly in terms of money at the moment. But obviously we're going to have to do a little bit better as time goes on, because things are going to scale up, you know. They're going to get more difficult as time goes on. And we're going to have a scaffold. There we go. We've got a scaffold as well. Absolutely fantastic. So let's get that. There we go. I don't even know where to put... Where do I put this, actually? Wait a minute. During working hours, executioners search for vagabonds suspected of crimes and lead them to the scaffold. If the suspect is identified, they will be punished with the chosen penalty. If there are no more suspects in the city, the executioners engage in prevention. They intimidate all vagrants in succession, dissuading them from committing crimes the next day. You can also organize terror against different population groups. Okay. Idle characters within the scaffold's radius become spectators of punishments and gain a positive thought. Okay, a positive thought. Okay, well, that's interesting. Anyway, I guess we'll just put it round about here then, in the center, or near the center, I suppose. And then we'll see what actually happens when it gets built. But I think that's probably going to be it for this episode. I've actually been playing for quite some time, but there's been a couple of times when I've had to cut. And, you know, a couple of things have happened. off screen. Nothing, nothing to worry about, just busy work and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm actually really pleased with how this is going so far. Hopefully we're going to get the ability to punish some vagabonds soon enough, and then we will maybe even be able to get our training grounds up and running and maybe actually construct an army that is going to be able to handle itself in combat. That's going to be pretty fun, isn't it? Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.